you think of, like, did you think that he would not be casted at some point, Ryan Reynolds, as Deadpool again, since he was part of the first, piece of shit Deadpool that came out, and then part of the Green Lantern movie that critically was, by a lot of people did not like it.
I was actually surprised he was casted again, because I thought he was like a great character of Deadpool when like he was first introduced, and he was funny and he got the part right, but the part that they fucked up, which wasn't his fault.
It wasn't his fault, yeah.
It was the costume design and
the costume in itself isn't even that. Like, it looks pretty cool except for the mouth, because obviously that's Deadpool's thing, and then the blades coming out of his arm. Like, that's just.
Then his eyes being like black too, like that. I didn't like that.
I thought it was a different take on the character. I wouldn't mind it, but the whole lasers thing.
It was too far from like. Yeah, I was like, Deadpool has lasers. I was like, no.
I think the thing is that they made him into a. He was literally Weapon 11, not just.
And then plus he can teleport, which Deadpool can't do. He has a device that he uses that lets him teleport. He can't just teleport in an instant just because he can.
But that's what I'm saying. Like he was basically Weapon 11, not Deadpool. He was. I mean, technically Deadpool is Weapon 11, but I'm saying like you couldn't call it Deadpool. Weapon 11 sounded like a okay name for him.
Yeah.
Because he was a mix. It was basically Wolverine 2.0.
But no, I didn't expect him to be recasted as Deadpool, which I was fine with. It's like like recasting what's his face, Raj Al Ghul for like the Arrow show. Like remember he said he wanted to do it. That would have been great too, but no.
Or just like how they want to cast I forgot his name, John Jameson from Spider-Man.
Oh, again?
They want to recast him as. I think they want to recast him as.
Dang, he's
Jameson.
older now.
And I would love him as Jameson.
It's been like 14, 15 years. Damn.
I would love him as Jameson again.
Oh yeah, me too.
There's no other person who could do the job.
I thought he looked like when I first saw him. When I first saw that movie, I was like, "Oh, that's so perfect." I was like, "He looks just like from the '90s cartoon."
Yeah, the '90s cartoon.
Just boom.
It was like they drew him as him.
But once I got, remember that leaked footage of Deadpool that came out?
Yeah, the cartoon one.
Yeah.
Whatever. The test footage.
I found out that like that was actually Ryan Reynolds like doing.
Yeah, he was the voice.
Mocap stuff or whatever with
it. Yeah.
And I was like, okay. I was like, there's gonna be a chance, and then people were like, nah, it's just test footage or possibly, and it's probably that script that Michael gave me a long time ago that I should have read.
It probably is. Honestly, he gave it to me, and I didn't want anything to do with it.
Like I kind of do. But
I don't want to ruin it.
Yeah, same thing. Like it's probably a good script, but like I was like, if it's gonna be a real movie and like they're still gonna base off everything off the script, I kind of don't want to read it. So I subconsciously just kind of like drew off from it. And,
that's why I get away from it.
No, I mean I've read a lot of Deadpool comics.
That's good. That's good because hopefully they'll use stuff from the comics. I've never read that much Deadpool.
Stuff.
Yeah, I know the basics basically, but as far as like knowing his history and
I mean I don't know a lot from him either because he has a lot of stuff, like a lot of stuff that I'm limited to because not everything was on that account I had for Marvel Unlimited. Cool.
Oh, that's right, you got the Marvel Unlimited thing. Huh?
Yeah. I had it for like a few months. I fucked up one time though, cause
they charged you, right?
They charged me.
Yeah, you used that. What was it, coupon that gave it to you for like 75 cents for the 75th year, right?
That was last year for like Cyber Monday, like that week or whatever. It's like, oh, if you use this code, it's 75 cents or whatever, a whole month. Yeah. And I was like, oh, fucking deal. I'm like, I have like I have way more than that.
And then you told me to do it, and I told you no because I'm gonna forget.
Yeah.
And they're gonna overcharge me.
Well, no. Well, they didn't charge me that month because I remember to cancel, and like they sent me an email later, like, okay, well, thanks, we're sorry you're canceling. I'm like, okay, cool. And then they did it again because they added Star Wars to their roster, and like they discounted it again. I'm like, oh, another month. I'm like, that's fucking cool. That was like later in March or April, and then I forgot, and like I was so mad. I was like, fuck. I was like, whatever. I mean, another month. I'm like, that's okay. And then, but then right after that, I was like, okay, cancel.
Not making that mistake again.
Nope. Where were we though?
But yeah, origin story wise, I don't know him at all. I'll probably do some research like coming up once the movie comes out, so I can kind of get an understanding of what's going on in the movie, if they even have anything related to the comics. But as far as like me actually reading his comics, I don't know. I feel like he's kind of overrated. I mean, other than the fact that
he is. I mean, he's my second superhero.
It's not his fault. It's not his fault.
No,
it's the fans.
Well, kind of is, because he's just too fucking cool.
Well, yeah, he's great, but I mean, like, you know.
Hey, but
I feel like his comics are like non-canon.
Yeah, and like he's just become like overpopularized. Like just people like him, and then like, oh, I like him too, and then the bandwagon just got full of people who just jumped on it recently, and it's just, I don't know.
Yeah,
it
no.
just became this dumb Deadpool bandwagon.
Like, you could easily go up to like half of the people who are cosplaying as Deadpool at Comic-Con and ask him for his real name, and they won't know him.
That's what I felt too.
No, that's or same thing with Harley Quinn. There's a lot of Harley Quinns on.
I don't even know her. Well, I know like from what I remembered only from like the origin, Batman Arkham Origins, where like she's his psychiatrist or whatever.
That's
like
her origin.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Boom.
She falls in love with the Joker.
Oh, okay. But I don't like anything before that. I had no idea.
Dr. Harley Quinzel, I think it's her name.
Yeah, and
Quinzel.
Yeah. But I don't, dude. To be honest, I haven't even read any like. I don't know any origin of Deadpool, to be honest. I mean, I just know like we're gonna find out in the movie, obviously, that he's gonna be like.
I'm sure they'll give us a brief origin story.
I saw it again because remember we were talking about it before, and like you told me, you're like, oh, what do you think of the trailer? Honestly, dude, I forgot. I was just like, oh yeah, I watched it, but I'm like, I don't really remember.
Out of all the trailers that have come out, I've seen the Joker one. Oh, the Suicide Squad.
Oh, yeah.
The most, followed by the Batman vs Superman, and then I've seen the X-Men about 5 times max.
The X-Men? Oh man, I've only seen that like once.
X-Men versus Apocalypse, whatever.
Oh.
I've seen the Deadpool maybe twice, and both the times it was like really shitty quality. And then I think that's about it. Like not enough for me to remember what the story's gonna be about or what's going on, other than the fact that he was like, don't make the costume green, or whatever, you know.
Oh yeah, I remember that. It was like, don't make it green and don't make it animated or something like that. But I wonder how they're gonna do this, because just by looking at this picture of the new Magneto, are they gonna erase like? Okay, so are they gonna have like the old actors back in besides Hugh Jackman and Storm or whatever? Because it looks like they're just taking this approach where they're all young again. That's what confused me.
I know they're gonna have some of them. I know Wolverine is gonna be back in it, and I know Patrick Stewart.
Okay, so he's gonna be back in
there. They're gonna be in it. I don't know to what extent though.
Because like, is Apocalypse coming to like the timeline right after he comes back from the past, where he's like, where everything's like erased, right, and like everything's back to normal, everyone's alive? That's
what if you listen to our last podcast, that's what I was asking.
Oh, that was your question.
Yeah,
I was confused too when you asked
like,
that.
Okay, so like in the original timeline, the first 3 films, he never shows up at all.
Oh, right, yeah,
at all. And so now that it's like different, he just decides to show up now. And
it's kind of sketchy. I can see that, but like
that's what I was asking.
I think he was gonna show up anyways.
Yeah,
like quote, doing the air quotes thing, but like it's kind of sketchy how like he had to change all that in the past, and then now he's coming. But I mean, they couldn't. I mean, I think that's a good way to end the X-Men series, at least. Or I don't know if they're ending it. I don't know. I'm talking ahead of myself.
It's hard to think that they're ending it when they're just starting Fantastic Four.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. They're gonna clash them together, aren't they? Like,
well, they should, because Fantastic Four and X-Men have a lot of history, and not to mention, if what we are thinking is that Fantastic Four is gonna base it around the Negative Zone,
right?
And X-Men has a lot to do with the Negative Zone. Like a lot to do with the Negative Zone. So if they are deciding to end this series, I think it's a waste.
That's true.
Like, it's definitely, if you're starting a whole negative zone thing with the Fantastic Four, and you have characters like Wolverine, Magneto, Cyclops, especially these guys, the new Storm, the new fucking Psylocke, all those guys, you don't want to just like throw them away, you know? You want to have a storyline to compete with that of, I mean, you're not going to compete because you only have those two superheroes and Deadpool. Now you have Deadpool.
And it's coming so soon. It's coming in February, not in the summer. Like,
Yeah,
I thought, I was like, oh, okay, Deadpool next summer, cool. And it's just February.
So it's like...
so close.
I can't imagine them ending the X-Men, you know, story.
No, I know. I spoke ahead of myself saying that. I just felt like it was over.
No, but they've been saying that it's going to be over.
Like, this is like the last...
Yeah, that's what they've been saying.
Hugh Jackman, he's the last Wolverine.
And then that's his last... Yeah.
That's like in, 2017, 2018, I think? That's when they do Wolverine 3.
Wolverine 3 as an old man, apparently.
That's going to be cool.
Yeah.
I don't even know how that's... Wait, so... How does that work? I don't even know how that works. Wolverine as an old man, like... So he does age?
Dude, I have no idea how the fucking... I have no idea, because in some forms...
How is it Old Man Logan? I'm like, Old Man Logan's basically like when he was... Because, okay, he was... Obviously, he was a kid, right?
Yeah, at some point.
And then, like, he stays the same way for, like...
He stays, like, 25 or 30 for, like, 30 years.
Yeah, like...
No, for
like
more, because
No, yeah, like 200, dude. And then, like...
That's so dumb.
And then he becomes an old man, like, in the 2000s. I don't know how that works.
I don't...
It's because I'm clueless and I don't read comic books, so I'm an idiot, but...
No, I mean, it doesn't make sense at all.
I don't know, because I don't know... Sorry. I don't know his whole story, that's why.
But you know what? That one thing that they could do is they can cast somebody else as Wolverine, because we didn't actually get to see a young. Well, I mean, yeah, we did. Fuck.
Did we?
Well, okay. It's gonna sound really sketchy, but stay with me.
Okay.
So you know how we got to see him younger.
In the 70s?
In the 70s?
Oh.
He looks the same as he did in the future, because he never ages. So we technically didn't see a younger version of...
Well, actually, do you remember when he traveled back to the future, and he, like, saw his, he saw Professor Xavier, and he's like, welcome back. He has, like, gray hair.
Yeah, he has gray hair, but...
It's like, do you dye it because you look the fucking same? I don't know.
Or it might have something to do with the whole Weapon X thing. If he didn't get tested, maybe they gave him something that... I don't know...
Maybe he forgot something that happened
I have no fucking timeline. Also, that's one thing. I was recently watching. Was it Days of Future Past? Or yeah, right. That's the one.
That's the last one.
When he comes back and he's talking to the professor, I looked over to my sister and I'm like, hey, does he still have metal claws?
Oh shit.
Because at the end of the film, you see Stryker pulling him out of the water, and he's like, oh, he's coming with me. And then he turns around and he has like yellow eyes, so it's Mystique.
Wait, in Days of Future Past?
Yeah, in Days of Future Past, Magneto puts metal around his body,
right,
and he throws him in the water.
Oh, I remember that. He's dying. Yeah.
Yeah, and so he drowns, and then they fish him out with all the metal pieces, like, you know how he does that little spit the bullet out kind of thing.
Right.
So he did that with the metal. So when they pick him up, you see all the metal around him falling or whatever, and then you see a young Stryker. The guy who tested on him.
Oh, right, yeah.
And he's like, he's coming with me. And he turns around and he has yellow eyes, like Mystique, when Mystique transforms into him.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, okay, well, if she's pretending to be Stryker to take him away, does he get tested? Does he get the, I forget what...
Because, okay, so, does that timeline, when he goes back... Because in Wolverine 2, he has the bone claws.
Yeah, he has
right?
the bones. So that's what he originally is.
So I know, but is that erased too? And because I see what you're going with that, because it's like, I'm assuming that origin of himself is erased.
Yeah, because if he never got tested on, he never got metal hands.
No, it wasn't. Because he fought that like this. Oh no, wait, fuck, I don't remember. I've only seen the movie once. What year was he in when he went back to like that China place or whatever? Is that like was that in the 60s or 50s or something? Because I remember he was like in Vietnam or something.
I have never seen that movie.
Oh man, we did. Oh wait, you didn't go with us.
I've seen the ending of it. Always, because that was on TV, and I've seen like the last part where he's fighting a fucking Asian dude in a robot suit.
Yeah, that's.
And he has metal claws.
Mm-hmm. No, but like he loses those metal claws and like.
Oh no, he has wooden claws in that one, right?
Because I think the
wooden bone.
Yeah, bone. I think they fucking wooden claws. Adamantium.
Adamantium.
Super strong wood claws. Fuck. Oh man.
But yeah, does he have one? I was gonna say what again?
Okay.
Does he have bone ones?
It's not fair to me to argue this because I don't remember like that entire.
I don't.
Because honestly, that movie didn't interest me as it should have.
At all.
Shoot. I don't know. This whole X-Men timeline is like fucked up. Like to me, like someone needs to like.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird how like it being a good movie can make us like forget about that. Like the timeline is so fucked up. Nobody really thinks about it.
It's because they started when like superhero movies were just like, oh, here's one.
When they were cheesy.
Here's one. Yeah, well, they were just like they're fun to make and like people will like them. And now it's just like a competition where like, you know.
It started with like the Hulk and it was cheesy, but people liked it. And then it went Hulk, Spider-Man 1, Fantastic Four, and then X-Men 1. And they were all campy. They were all cheesy and
super campy.
And it was okay. Why? Because we didn't have an expectation of cinematic superhero movies.
And then right after Iron Man,
and then
like,
Iron Man.
Oh fuck!
I want to say it started somewhere around Spider-Man 2, and Iron Man just stepped it up.
I think so. I don't know. I'm gonna say Iron Man because after that, like, he was my favorite superhero that year. Just I jumped on that bandwagon. I'll be honest. Like he's not my favorite anymore. I actually don't like.
I think in the cinematic universe, he's still my favorite.
I mean, in the right now, yeah.
Right now, yeah.
He's
well, no,
awesome.
I mean, Chris Pratt kind of. I love the guy.
Oh no, yeah. As soon as Chris Pratt came in, right. This is like before Phase 2 started.
But you know what? Paul Rudd is giving me a run for his money. But just because I love Paul Rudd as well.
It's like they're using comedians for like every fucking. Oh, I mean, besides from Chris Evans and Chris Hemsworth and the Hulk guy. Fuck, forgot his name.
Buffalo?
Yeah, Chris Ruffalo? No, Mark Ruffalo.
Mark Ruffalo. I call him Buffalo.
Buffalo. Makes sense. I actually remembered. Because Buffalo. They're not comedians. They're not.
No, they're pretty serious.
They have charm. They do have charm and they are funny. But, I mean, Robert Downey Jr. is hilarious. Paul Rudd's hilarious. Chris Pratt's hilarious. Who else? Fuck, I'm forgetting people.
They had, what's his name? The Rocket Raccoon.
Something Booker.
Cooper. Bradley Cooper. He's pretty funny.
He's funny, yeah. Especially as Rocket. Rocket's a...
Yeah, Rocket is a comedic character.
I'm actually in the mood to watch that movie. I've been in that mood for like...
What, am I watching it right now?
Yeah, alright. I'll be right back, guys. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, no, I wish someone would explain the X-Men timeline, dude. Okay, but anyways, just by looking at him, I've been staring at this picture for too long. Because in the picture we see like that was leaked, he's purple, and in this one he's blue.
Yeah, well, I mean, the video and...
It's the filter, right? Please tell me it's like the lighting or something. Because I want him to be blue.
Apocalypse is blue.
Yeah.
To start off with. I'm going to go with the lighting because lighting is like kind of yellowish, orangey.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm assuming it looks purple. With that being said, they had only a couple weeks of filming by that time. So I think he's still subject to change.
Wait. Damn, they must have filmed a lot in those last few weeks then.
Yeah, no, they had a lot to show. But, definitely Magneto's fucking outfit looks fucking dope.
It does, and it makes me mad. Just like, fuck, like, ugh. The reason it makes me mad because, like, where the fuck does this come from? Like, where does this outfit come from?
Well,
like,
I mean, just fucking mold it yourself.
Because when we see them in, like, obviously...
In the future?
From the last X-Men movies, the first 3, he's, like, old as fuck, right? I mean, he's already, like, in his 60s, and he's, like, bending metal and destroying people. And in this one, he's got this sick-ass armor. I can see, I mean, like, he has it hidden away or something, but... It's like, can we just stick with this Magneto forever? Like, can we just, like, have him grow old? Because I would prefer that. Or when him and Professor Xavier merge. But don't they do that? Don't they merge or something?
Him and Xavier... I think...
They're like the first enemy of, like, Marvel vs. Capcom.
It's weird. It's like, I can't remember the exact origin of that character, but it's Onslaught.
Onslaught, yeah, dude.
It's, I think it's like a... Kind of like the Phoenix. Do not quote me on this, but I think it's kind of like the Phoenix. How she had like a hidden
Right.
like a thing. I think that's Xavier's.
Oh, really?
I think so.
Did he hit it himself or something?
And then it just kind of unlocked.
Oh. And then they merge together? Because I don't know how that works.
I don't remember. Honestly, I don't even want to try to say anything because I just don't remember.
People are like, this guy doesn't know shit. I don't know shit about X-Men.
Well, it's because see the thing with them is like they have their entire they have basically another universe.
They are. Well, I mean, they're in their own world basically.
Like you can easily make what Marvel has done with their cinematic universe with just X-Men characters. Which I think at this point they are doing because they are getting Gambit. They have Deadpool.
Gambit, and he's getting his own movie, isn't he?
He's getting his own movie, which I am fucking stoked because I love Gambit.
Mm-hmm. He's one of your favorites.
So we have, actually, he is my favorite X-Men.
Oh, X-Men.
In terms of X-Men, he is my favorite X-Men. And then, if you count Magneto, he's also like.
Oh, I mean, well, he's
He's not an X-Men, but you know.
From the X-Men universe, his comic book history, whatever. He's one of your favorites too. I don't know who mine is. I'm not counting Deadpool because he's not really X-Men. He's in the X-Men comic books, but he tries to be in the X-Men and then he's like, fuck that, never mind. And he changes his mind and moves on.
Yeah.
Because he just can't stick to one thing. But, well, I really like, what's his face? The blue guy.
Iceman?
No.
Nightcrawler. He's fucking great, too.
He's dope, man. When he came out, I was like, oh, that's so sick.
They're actually getting a new Nightcrawler for this.
The what?
A younger Nightcrawler.
Oh, that sucks. Poor other guy. Wait, no. Who's the other guy?
I don't know.
I think that other Nightcrawler.
I thought he was a nobody.
He was, you know, Floop from. No, I think he was him. Yep, Floop from Spy Kids. Remember Spy Kids? You don't remember Spy Kids?
I never.
You never watched that movie? Fuck, man, that was one of my favorite movies growing up.
What?
Fuck you, that was so cool.
No,
you know what that movie's about, though, right?
Which ones?
Spy Kids.
Oh, I imagine there were kids that were spies.
But like their parents go missing and captured, and then the kids take over, and then they discover like, oh shit, like my whole family is a spy, and like huge organization or whatever, and then they think Floop is behind it all, who runs his television network or whatever, but he's not. It's actually his partner. But anyways, plot twist. Sorry, I ruined the movie for you.
Oh, oh no.
What will you do now? But anyways, he ends up being like a nice guy or whatever. But that actor, I forgot, he's Irish. He's like really thin. He's got a pointy nose, pointy chin.
Well, you could tell from the makeup.
No, I mean,
like even without the makeup, you could tell he had a big ass nose.
But I think he was Nightcrawler. I'm not sure because I was always curious who the hell that guy was.
Well, I'm looking it up right now, so we can find out who he is. Kurt Wagner.
Yeah, Kurt.
Yeah, that's his name.
Yeah, Kurt. That was his real name.
Alan Cumming.
Yep, that's him. It's funny because he's...
Oh!
That guy.
Okay, he's Frost from the Santa Claus movies.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No,
No,
he's not.
He's Loki from that stupid Mass 2
That's what
film.
he is from. I was like, the ice guy, that's some other comedian.
Yeah, no, he's great, though. He's funny. But he's
that,
Loki from that stupid sequel to Mask that nobody asked for.
That was him. That's why he's like pointy, really skinny.
Yeah, yeah. I can't believe that was him.
I know, me too.
It didn't look like him.
I don't know. That's Floop.
That's solid, dude.
He's just a little fucking Floop.
And then this guy's the new Nightcrawler right here.
Oh, really?
Yeah. His name is Cody Smith McPhee.
McPhee. Sounds like a burger from McDonald's.
I think that's what he's gonna look like in the new film.
Is that like a fan art that someone drew?
It looks like a fan art, but
it looks cool though, because that looks pretty close to like what he's supposed to look like, anyways.
I think that was a legit one.
Because the other one with Alan Cumming looked really old, sort of. Like he was this guy who's, yeah, he looks really good right there.
Let's tell.
But he was so sick in like I think it was the second one that he came out, and he went to like the president's office.
Wait,
and,
so
kicked everyone's ass.
Hold up. I'm assuming they're not gonna make him Mystique's daughter then, son.
They fucked up already.
Because
oh my god, because she fucked
Azazel,
and he's dead.
Yeah.
Well, that's true, huh?
Well, I mean, they could have fucked throughout the whole, the movie. So, in first class, like from first class to
No, that's too soon, man.
Because he doesn't die in first class. He dies from somewhere in between from first class to Days of Future Past.
Would have to be recent because, like,
so we can almost assume that she's pregnant during Days of Future Past.
It doesn't know. Maybe she's like a month or something, and she's whatever. We could say that.
If that was to happen, but even then, the movie's not gonna take place 17 years later.
I mean, unless they hinted it in the movie that she's like, I don't know.
But I mean, you gotta think of it. It looks fucking gross. I mean, Mystique is like what 20 in that film, or something like that.
Azazel is what?
And Azazel's like 30. He looks pretty old.
Oh man, fucker's got game.
And he looks like a fucking devil.
He's basically, quote me on this, a handsome devil. On the, in the movie. Yeah, so I mean, I don't know. I was watching it recently, the very first one, the first class. What's her name? I think it's not Wasp. Fucking, she has like butterflies wings.
Yeah.
What's her name? I don't know her name.
I don't know. Vixen?
No.
No? Was that on her?
Oh, I don't know. I don't remember. She wasn't that important. I think she dies anyways. I mean, they kill them all after like Days of Future Past. But I don't know if it was her because if she's pregnant because remember right after that movie and then like they've had like months like without the school running without the mansion actually.
Yeah, X. Mm-hmm. What about it?
Like when Wolverine goes to their time, like it looks like it's been abandoned for like many months.
Yeah.
So if Azazel had sex with
Mystique,
it would have to be like
right after the first movie,
or that like the month right before it, because I think he's there for like a day or two, isn't he? Wolverine. Yeah. I'm not sure.
I think he's staying there for that week.
Or a week, yeah.
I don't know.
So if that happened, then it makes sense if she has.
But this X-Men Apocalypse should be. That movie needs to be around 20 years after Days of Future Past.
It does, because he's gonna come out in it.
They're in the 70s. That movie needs to be like around the 90s.
Oh man, 90s nostalgia and like everything's
It'll have to be based on the 90s if he's 17 or the 80s. But anyway, I think that we can wrap it up from there. We went on from Deadpool to X-Men Apocalypse.
That makes sense.
Which is, Deadpool, I mean, it's okay because we didn't really talk about it in the podcast.
No, we didn't.
So,
we have to move on with other things.
Yeah, so it's okay that we spoke about this.
But yeah, God, I can't stop looking at his suit, dude. And Magneto's new suit. It's just.
I like Solix. It's really
sexy.
Well, that's because she's sexy.
Who is she? I don't even know who she is.
Olivia Munn.
I'll look her up later.
Do so. Do so. No, but yeah, she's her outfit is like super identical to the cartoon or comic version for that matter.
Just by looking at her, she looks like
a comic book character. Yeah.
Like if I look at him, I'm like, who the
I was
hell's
actually
that?
watching one of her like interview or whatever, and she was saying that they had to lube her into that costume.
Luber. Wait, what?
Yeah.
I thought you were trying to make up a word like luber.
Like, no. That lube her. Like they would lube up the inside of the costume, and then they would lube up her, and it's like.
Oh man, I want to be paid to lube her.
Yeah. No, it was Conan. It was the fucking Comic-Con Conan thing.
Oh really?
Yeah, and they were there, and she was saying like, yeah, they had to lube me up, and he was like, oh, and he was like fucking like you know how he does that the whole is jizzing on himself. And so I guess it was like two women lubing her up, and then lubing the outfit, and she had to be like kind of squeezed into it.
As sexy as that sounds, that must feel really gross.
Yeah.
I mean, just imagine, and like it just pours out of like
out of the thighs,
out of the edges, and that's so gross. And then there's someone just wiping those creases off, like a window.
Oh man.
But yeah. It's enough of X-Men, I guess.
We can wrap it up.
I'm excited for it.
Yeah, I'm definitely excited for it.
Oh, before we leave, I think this is a picture of him.
Oh yeah. Good shit. Cyclops.
I literally just opened the page.
I really like how Jubilee came out.
Who the hell is Jubilee?
You don't know who Jubilee is?
No.
She's the girl with the bubble gum and the star thing. I'm not exactly sure what her powers are. From the cartoons, it's basically like fireworks. It looks like fireworks.
Does she have a yellow coat?
Yeah.
And she had like big glasses.
Yeah.
And she ride a bike.
I don't know about a bike, but
I know who she is then. I didn't know that was her though.
Yeah, that's Jubilee.
I have a toy from her. Well, I used to have a toy from her. Yes, I know who Jubilee is. Yep. Yep. Fucking yep. Oh my god, that's 90s X-Men.
It's a Sentinel.
That's fucking nuts, dude. Where the fuck does she come from, though? God. That's cool, though. And then Storm is... See, yeah, they're gonna do a super young cast.
I love how Storm looks, though, with that mohawk. That shit looks fucking sick.
It's this from the new one, the new version of
yeah.
her. Where I think that's the comic book where she lifts the hammer. I'm not sure.
I don't know, it could be.
Or she lives, near.
But we got a sexy young Jean Grey. We got a fucking emo-looking Nightcrawler. A kind of douchey-looking... Cyclops is pretty douchey in any alliteration. Jubilee, who's kind of cute. And then we have Storm.
Do we?
Yeah. Storm's like that.
I'm not really into black chicks, but when I am, it looks like Storm.
I think we can wrap that up, guys. Steven, you have anything to say before we leave?
Yeah. I love your candy, man.
That could be a sex joke.
That will.